the act of relaying.
Thank you, Chair.
Please, Ms. Poe.
Thank you, Chair. I, Thabang Poe, declare under oath and declare that I shall faithfully and to the best of my ability relay into the record the testimony of Witness X, whose identity is at the direction of the Commission and for security reasons withheld from the public, and who is testifying through an electronic link in these proceedings of the Commission of Inquiry to investigate allegations of criminality, political interference, and corruption in the criminal justice system arising from specific allegations made by Lieutenant General Madlanga on 6 July 2025 by mechanical or electronic means as ordered by the chairperson of the Commission.
Raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Hassim.
Poe. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commissioners. Before you swear the witness in, if I can just, again, and for the sake of clarity and completeness, explain that today's witness is Witness X, and Witness X will be testifying before the Commission through an intermediary, Ms. Poe, and that this measure has been adopted due to safety and confidentiality concerns. These concerns are elaborated in a confidential Annexure A, which has been provided to the Commissioners. The witness's identity and personal details are being protected to ensure that they are not exposed to any risk of harm or intimidation as a result of their cooperation with the Commission. I'd like to reiterate for the record that as evidence leaders, we are mindful of that these proceedings are of great public interest, and that the principle of transparency is an essential feature of public inquiries of this nature. And we strive to uphold transparency where possible. In cases like this, however, it's necessary to balance the public's access with equally important obligations to protect witnesses who may be vulnerable or at risk. So we've set up a system to permit the witness to testify remotely. And although we've tested the system twice now, and we hope that it will run smoothly, I plead for your forbearance in the event that there are glitches. We can swear in the witness.
Thank you. And perhaps I should say this. Maybe you did touch on it. If you did, I missed it. The public and everybody gathered here and those viewing or listening remotely must bear with us because there will be delays between what Witness X says and the point at which the intermediary then relays what Witness X says.
That is indeed correct.
And we also need to be careful about the use of pronouns as well. Thank you. I've been told that Witness X will take the oath.
Witness X, can I confirm that you would prefer to take the oath?
Yes, I will take the oath.
Do you swear that the evidence you are going to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? If so, raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
Witness X, did you hear that? Let me repeat it for you. The chair has said, do you swear that the evidence that you will be providing to the Commission will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God.
Thank you. Ms. Hassim?
Thank you, Chair. Mr. X, I need to confirm, first of all, whether you are alone in the location where you are.
Yes, I am alone, Commissioners.
And secondly, I'd like to confirm the documentation that you have before you and that we will be referring to during the proceedings.
Okay.
You should have 5 files before you. The first is
Correct, Commissioners.
The first is a file with your statement. Do you have that?
Yes, I do.
The second is a file that contains the annexures to your statement.
Yes, I do.
The third is a file that has annexures WB1 to WB2.
That's correct.
The fourth is a file that has annexures WB3 to WB6.
That is correct, I do have.
And the fifth and last file is a file that has annexures WB7.
Correct.
Can I confirm that you have no other material with you?
No, I do not have any other material.
Thank you.
Before you start, I just want to check something with the chair.
Witness X, the first thing I think it's important for us to begin with is to confirm that you also have, as part of your statement, a document called Confidential Annexure A.
Yes, I do.
Can I ask you to turn to that document, please?
Okay, I'm on that document.
In paragraphs 1 to 3, you describe who you are and your role and your job description. Can you confirm that the contents of those paragraphs are true and correct?
The contents of paragraphs 1 and 2 are correct.
And paragraph 3?
That is also correct.
And then in paragraphs 4 to 10, you explain the reasons for requesting that you provide evidence confidentially. Is that right?
That's correct, Commissioners.
Can you confirm that the contents of those paragraphs, that's paragraphs 4 to 10, are true and correct?
The paragraphs are true and correct, Commissioners.
Thank you. You can set that aside. We'll now turn to your statement.
Okay.
At the outset of the statement, you explain what you'll be covering during your evidence, and you set that out in paragraphs 1 to 4. Can you Can you just describe what you've said in paragraphs 1 to 4 for the Commission, in summary?
Okay, thank you, Commissioners. In summary, on the 29th and 30th of September this year, 2025, the Divisional Commissioner, Lieutenant General Khumalo, delivered his evidence in the Commission. And he had set out that he would present chats between a Mr. Madlanga and 5 individuals. The individuals being A, Mr. Brown Mokgotsi, Major General Senona, Brigadier Mkhwanazi, Mr. Rafadi and Mr. Karim. Unfortunately, due to the general falling ill, he could not continue with his testimony. I therefore will present the remaining chats in that aspect.
Thank you. So, continue.
As indicated on paragraph 5, the cell phone numbers have been cross-checked from our system, the SAPS. And can confirm they are registered to the individuals who are the subject of today.
Thank you. And just to confirm, those individuals are the following: Major General Senona, Mr. Mkhwanazi,
Correct?
Mr. Rafadi, and Mr. Karim.
Correct, Chair.
Just so there's no confusion, this is Brigadier Mkhwanazi and not Major General Mkhwanazi who testified before us.
This Mkhwanazi, Chair, is a different...
Yes, that's,
Mkhwanazi.
I'm
Yes.
not asking a question.
Okay.
I'm
Yes,
just saying for the
confirm.
record, yeah, so
Yes.
that people listening or viewing should not think we are talking about Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. This is Brigadier Mkhwanazi.
That's correct, Chair. To be more specific, the Deputy Chief of Police of the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department. Okay, Witness X, let's begin then with the WhatsApp chats between Mr. Madlanga and Major General Senona. Can you begin by explaining who is the Major General Senona in these chats?
Thank you, Commissioners. Major General Senona is the head of the DPCI in the KZN province.
And we can, if we start at page 1 of the chats, we see that the conversation begins on the 22nd of December, 2024, and it ends on the 14th May, 2025. Is that correct?
That is correct, Commissioners.
And I see from your statement that there are certain themes that arise for you in this conversation that you'd like to emphasize. Without going into the detail, can you just itemize the themes that you will be taking the Commission through?
The first theme is the beneficial relationship the General has with Mr. Madlanga. The second one being General Senona's interest in protecting Mr. Madlanga. The last theme would be sharing of institutional and confidential information.
Thank you. So we will deal with the chats under those themes, but it may be necessary at times to look at a chat that might not be reproduced in your statement. Do you confirm that that's how we will proceed?
Yes, I confirm, Commissioners.
So can you start then with the first theme at paragraph 9?
Thank you, Commissioners. Major General Senona has a close and beneficial relationship with an alleged criminal. The criminal is implicated in serious crimes. Including attempted murder, fraud, and corruption.
Okay. Thank you. And you then say in paragraph 10, and we will see as we proceed through these chats, that there are numerous calls between the two individuals and numerous efforts to set up meetings. Is that correct?
That is correct, Commissioners, and you will also see the close relationship that Mr. Madlanga has with the General's son. And what seems to be the purchase of a property.
And you refer to the name of the son. Can you confirm that this is indeed the son of General Senona?
That is correct, Commissioners. Tato is the son of Major General Senona.
And we will go through the exchanges, but, and you've referred to a purchase of property, but have you been able to establish whether that purchase actually was concluded?
We have not been able to confirm whether the purchase went through or not.
So if we can turn then to the exchanges that reflect this aspect. And that is at, on the 9th of January 2025, beginning 9 January 2025. Can you read out that exchange, please?
General Sinona on 9 January 2025 at 17:39 texts Madlanga and says the following. Good afternoon, brother. Did you meet with Tato? Of which Mr. Madlanga responds and says, tomorrow, I'm waiting for offer to purchase first.
And then following that same theme, the next exchange on this topic is on 24 January 2025. Is that correct?
That is correct, Commissioners.
Can you turn to that chat and read that in for the record?
On 24 January 2025 at 18:22, Kat sends the following message to General Sinona. The message reads, Afternoon, Nduna. Can you please Tato to send me his FICA documents? I sent message and called. He's not responding. It's okay. He called me back.
And then following in the same theme, the next exchange is on 6 February 2025. Can you turn to that exchange and explain what's happening there?
On the 6th of February 2025, Mr. Madlanga forwards a screenshot to General Sinona. The screenshot is a conversation with Mr. Madlanga and an agent at Remax. Which contained an offer to purchase a property. The very same screenshots were sent to Tato Sinona on 24 January 2025.
So you can just pause there. Those screenshots that are shared, the same screenshots you say that were shared with Tato Sinona are contained in a separate chat between Mr. Madlanga and Tato Sinona. Is that correct?
That is
And-
correct, Commissioners.
And that is the set of chats that's contained in WB3.
Correct, Commissioners.
So if we cross-reference with WB3, page 3, is that the same set of screenshots that you're referring to?
That is correct, Commissioners.
That is the screenshots regarding the purchase of this property, and it's from Mr. Madlanga to Tato Sinona on 24 January, so it's on the same day.
It is on the same day.
Ms. Hassan?
Thank you.
Can I just check that paragraph 13 has got two parts to it. In the statement, there is a reference to the 6th of February with screenshots being forwarded, but it doesn't say to whom. And then there's the second part, which is the 24th of January, where the screenshots were forwarded to Tato. And my question is, does the first part, which references the 6th of February, is it forwarding to Tato on the 6th of February?
Thank you, Commissioner. Witness X, the question is, if you see your paragraph 13, there are two aspects to it. The first deals with 6 February 2025, where you speak of forwarded screenshots, screenshots that Mr. Madlanga forwards. Can you just confirm whether these are the screenshots that are forwarded from Tato Sinona or from someone else?
These are screenshots captured by Mr. Madlanga, and then he sends them to
So
he then sends them to Major General Sinona and to Tato Sinona.
So if we look at the content of that screenshot, maybe that will help to get a sense of where it originated.
Yes.
And it begins with, good morning, just checking how far are you with the OTP? Is the OTP referring to the offer to purchase?
That's correct.
And then it contains attachments for FICA information and an offer to purchase. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And it's followed by a message that says, good morning, Vusi, and then a response.
What's displayed on screen does not appear to keep pace with us or with the evidence.
It is on page 5 of the statement.
I've got it, yeah, but it's just what's showing on screen.
It's just on the screen share.
Yeah.
So maybe if I can assist the, it's on the 6th, it's the screenshot of 6 February. Do you have it? Okay, so to go back to that. So the content of that screenshot, it says, good morning, Vusi, and then the response, please call me when you have a moment. Do you know who that exchange is between?
Yes, Commissioners, from the screenshots, it appears that Mr. Matlala is having a conversation with the estate agent. Of which the estate agent texts to say, "Good morning, Vusi." Mr. Matlala then responds, "Please call me when you have a moment," and we see there a voice call lasting 3 minutes.
Followed by?
Followed by an instruction on what should be done next. Where the text reads as follows: which reads as follows: on the OTP under point number 34, you can state how you want to make payment. You can fill in all your details on both documents I have sent.
So is it your evidence that this exchange is a forwarded message from the estate agent to General Sonona?
Chair, I'm sorry to interrupt. We have a slight problem on the...
Sorry, Witness X, please. Sorry, Chair, the witness was speaking because, can you please pause for a moment?
We have a slight problem on the feed. Can I ask for a 5-minute adjournment while we sort this out? I'm sorry just to do that.
Let's adjourn. We'll come back when you indicate that we should.
Cell phones, thank you.
Yes, Ms. Hassim.
Chair, we had to adjourn abruptly this morning due to technical difficulties, which we've explained to you in chambers, and I'm in your hands, Chair.
I'm sorry. As Ms. Hassim says, we ran into technical difficulties that had the potential of endangering the safety of witness X. As a result, we have decided to stop proceeding in accordance with the ruling made by agreement this morning. This decision has not been taken lightly because this commission values and respects transparency. Transparency is not transparency for transparency's sake. It is about the interest that the public has on matters that affect them. of accountability, responsiveness, and openness. So, we share any possible concerns that the public may have about the ruling that we are about to make. Transparency cannot be at the risk of endangering the safety of witness X. Thus, we must adopt a different format on how witness X's evidence must be tendered. In due course, the Commission will decide on how and when in a different format. 2, the evidence leader that was leading witness X will read witness X's statement into Kasim.
Thank you, Chair. We left off with the witness just before paragraph 14 of the statement. May I proceed from paragraph 14 onwards?
Please do, thank you.
And to clarify, Chair, we will still project the content of the chats as I read through the statement. So beginning at paragraph 14, the statement reads as follows. In parallel with the interaction that Mr. Madlanga has with Major General Senona is an interaction with Mr. Tato Senona. The cell phone number for Mr. Tato Senona is linked to TSB Shuttle Services, a company the sole director of which is Tato Senona. And there's a footnote at the end of that sentence with a reference to WB3, page 8. And Chair, if you go to WB3, page 8, it is the company information for TSB Shuttle Services. Mr. Tato Senona sends several attachments to Mr. Madlanga, including a copy of his identity document, bank account records, company registration documents for TSB Shuttle Services, Pty Limited, and Tato Senona Holdings, Pty Limited, company insurance, confirmation of registration as a contractor with the Construction Industry Development Board, a BEE certificate for Tato Senona Holdings, and a SARS tax compliance certificate for Tato Senona Holdings. These appear to be sent as a package of FICA documents as requested by Mr. Madlanga. On 10 January 2025, Mr. Madlanga updates Mr. T. Senona on the offer to purchase. And then there's a chat in the statement. Chair, this is an extract of the chat between Mr. Madlanga and Mr. Tato Senona, not General Senona. And it is to be found at WB3, page 2, this chat. And it reads as follows, Mr. Madlanga, I think the OTP will be ready by Tuesday or Wednesday latest, but I'll keep in touch. TSB Services, an emoji with a thumbs up. The offer to purchase appears to relate to a property purchase that Mr. Madlanga was facilitating to Mr. Tato Senona. And again, there's a footnote with the reference WB3, page 3, and page 6. The next heading is Senona's interest in protecting Mr. Madlanga. Major General Senona expresses concern regarding Mr. Madlanga's tender with the SAPS, appears to assist Mr. Madlanga with regard to the payment of invoices submitted by Mr. Madlanga's company, Medicare 24 Tswane, and shares information with Mr. Madlanga relating to the PKTT, The following exchanges are illustrative. The first exchange is on 25 December 2024. And it, not displaying. It's not displaying. And it reads, Merry Christmas, Nduna. Sorry that night I met that guy very late. Couldn't even notify you. I'm coming back again tomorrow, though he needs to give me feedback. The response from General Sonona is a picture of thank you. On 28 December 2024, there's a message from General Sonona. I trust that you are fine under the circumstances. Response, the guy I went to see really helped. I will tell you whenever you back this side. Monday, I'm starting with our project. Nothing is disturbing me anymore. General Sonona, that's great news, my brother. I am coming back that side tomorrow, a week. On 2 January 2025, Major General Sonona forwards to Mr. Madlanga the letter of 31 December 2024 from Minister Mchunu to the National Commissioner. I have subsequently learned that there was a meeting with the Minister on 24 December 2024 raising queries on the Medicare 24 Tshwane contract. We also see from the Mogotsi chat that around this date, Mr. Madlanga was having a conversation with Mogotsi regarding assistance from, quote, the iPad guy, close quote, to effect an arrest.
Advocate Hassim, just for the record, in paragraph 19, the letter of 31 December 2024 is the letter that we have come to know as the letter disbanding the PKTT.
That is correct, Commissioner Khumalo. It's the now infamous letter of 31 December. It's annexed to the chat as SEN1, Commissioner Khumalo. On 2 January 2025, Major General Sonona forwards to Mr. Madlanga the letter of 31 December 2024 from Minister Mchunu to the National Commissioner, in which he issues a directive for the disestablishment of the PKTT. It is referenced as SEN1. This is another example of a person forwarding the disbandment letter to Mr. Madlanga. It seems to me that they are all aware that Mr. Madlanga is under investigation by General Khumalo's team, and that the disbandment may lead to removing General Khumalo as a threat to Mr. Madlanga. On 15 January 2025, Major General Sonona refers to finalizing a contract for certain individuals who have been of assistance to him and Mr. Madlanga. The chat is reproduced as follows. General Sonona, I will be in Pretoria next week. I request that if things are favorable, let's finalize the contract for those guys who assisted us. On the same day, 15 January 2025, Mr. Madlanga forwards to Major General Sonona a screenshot of a SAPS program that captures invoice records. This is data to which only authorized personnel within the finance section of SAPS would have access. It appears to be an entry into the system relating to a supplier in which the following is recorded. And the quote is, invoices to be uploaded. Chair, if you see the extract, it's a screen grab of that computer program, which says invoices to be uploaded. The forwarded screenshot is followed immediately with the message, "Let me know when you around." That's from Mr. Madlanga. General Sonona, "I will do so, sir." On 5 March 2025, Major General Sonona checks in on Mr. Madlanga. At 6:44 a.m., General Sonona says, "I trust that you are doing well." At 6:54 a.m., Mr. Madlanga responds, "I'm coping, Ngamla." On the same day, Major General Sonona forwards a News 24 article alleging tender fraud by Mr. Madlanga in relation to the 360 million rand contract between Medicare 24 and the SAPS for health services. This is followed by a series of phone calls between Mr. Madlanga and Major General Sonona on the same day. Presumably, the calls are related to the contract. The image on the next page is the image of the article just referred to. On 6 March 2025, Major General Sonona forwards an ENCA media report that Lieutenant General Mkunazi does not intend to apply for the position of National Head of DPCI. The advertisement for the post was published on 9 February 2025 with a closing date of 21 February 2025. And that is the article that's projected on the screen, the ENCA media report. On 14 April 2025, Mr. Madlanga reminds General Sonona to inquire from, quote, "our brother," about a female who appears to be causing a problem for him. The identity of our brother is unknown. It's 14 April 2025 at 13:40, where Mr. Madlanga says, "Oh, Nduna, please don't forget to ask our brother about that lady who's stirring problems." The response from General Sonona is an image of a person with a thumbs up. On 24 April 2025, Major General Sonona forwards a screenshot of a WhatsApp exchange between him and Lieutenant General Khumalo that appears to have taken place on the same day. I will say more about this in camera. Lieutenant General Khumalo will testify to this meeting when he next appears before the Commission. The image is 24 April 2025 at 10:15 a.m., and it reflects a screenshot of a conversation which appears to be between General Sonona and General Khumalo, which reads as follows: "Good morning, General. Morning, General. Can I call?" On 13 May 2025, Mr. Madlanga forwards to Major General Sonona the letter from the National Commissioner to Mr. Mike van Wyk, the Operational Director of Medicare 24, terminating the contract between SAPS and Medicare 24 pursuant to the award of a tender for the supply of health risk management services to the SAPS of 3 years, for a period of 3 years. The letter is dated 12 May 2025, and it's attached to this WhatsApp exchange as SEN 6. The following exchange then ensued. So this is still 13 May 2025 at 15:07 p.m. General Sonona: "This is so sad, and it leaves one with choice but to seek legal advice on this issue with a view to challenge this decision." Madlanga: "True. My advocate advised I should make interdict within 48 hours. Sonona: "Take them on, brother." Madlanga: "I am on it." Sonona: an image of a pair of hands and the words, "Thank you." This is followed by an audio call from Mr. Matlala at 4:17 p.m. On the same day is a letter to, Mr. Matlala sends a draft letter to SAPS National dated 13 May 2025. This is attached as SEN 7. And SEN 7 is the letter from from Medicare 24's attorneys to the SAPS regarding the cancellation of the contract.
Ms. Hassan, I think just for the record, especially when we later read, without the benefit of your presence, where the SEN annexures that you're referring to, perhaps if you could say on the record, where are they found?
The page number.
In the bundles.
In the bundles.
Which bundle? And
Let me begin with SEN 7 now as we go on. Chair, the 12 May letter, the one I just referred to before this SEN 7 was SEN 6, and that's the letter to Mr. Mike van Wyk, and that's to be found at page 300 of the bundle, followed immediately by SEN 7, which is at page 305 of the bundle. SEN 7 being the letter from Medicare 24's attorneys to the National Commission. So that was sent on 13 May, and then on 14 May is a voice call at 7:34 a.m. from Mr. Matlala, followed by a business card, a contact card that General Sonona sends to Mr. Matlala with the contact details for one Cele.
Advocate Hazim, just for the record, the witness does not say who this Cele is.
The witness does not say in the statement
And
who
the
it
reason
is.
why that is important is we have a former minister, Cele, who has been mentioned by other witnesses. So I think for the purposes of the record, just to make it clear that it does not specifically refer to.
It's not apparent from the statement who this refers to. Yes. The next heading is sharing of confidential institutional and other information. On 6 February 2025, Mr. Matlala sent Sonona a video clip which appears to be a secret recording of an internal audit meeting within SAPS, in which the speaker is heard to say that the non-performance process has started. It sounds to me that the voice belongs to Lieutenant General Nkua. The contract in question appears to be that of Mr. Matlala's company, Medicare 24 Swane Pty Limited. Mr. Matlala is the sole shareholder of this company. And for that statement, there's a footnote reference to an annexure GUN2 at paragraph 11. And that's a reference to another chat, which is not in these bundles. It's to come in later evidence.
and that is also the GUN will come on later.
In the later evidence. So the audio clip, Chair, if we could just play that.
I'm ready to take the keys to the college on the 4th. So on Monday, if we haven't received anything, we close. We'll understand members that are short, and that process of the non-performance by the service provider, that process I already directed that we must start. So
Chair, was that audible? Or do you need it to be played again? Played again.
are ready to take the keys to the college on the 4th. So on Monday, if we haven't received anything, we close. We'll understand members that are short, and that process of the non-performance by the service provider, that process I already directed that it must start. So
On 10 March 2025, Major General Sonona forwards to Mr. Matlala a series of documents concerning a complaint by 2 incarcerated individuals against a private security company and officers within SAPS. The complaint is quite convoluted, but relates to alleged kidnapping, extortion, and assault. The significance of this transmission of information to Mr. Matlala is unclear at this stage. And Chair, the attachment is SEN 2. And SEN 2 is at page 65 of the bundle. On 13 April 2025, Mr. Matlala forwards 3 documents to Major General Sonona. 1, the results of a LexisNexis Windeed search on the Senzo and Tembeka Nkunu Foundation. 2, a document titled Memo Biz Traces 2 April 2020, containing information relating to what appears to be multiple identity numbers for President Ramaphosa. The strictly confidential, in inverted commas, memo includes recommendations for the destruction of company records at, and I quote, Cipro, SARS, and Quartz of, quote, computer mainframe files encapsulating the above-mentioned sensitive information, close quote, and to, quote, close the bank account linked to the identity documents which are in question, except the common identity number, and then the identity number followed, but it's been redacted. Biz Traces is a company registered to Mr. Rafadi, a person with whom Mr. Matlala also has a relationship. The provenance of this document and the significance of this transmission of information to Mr. Matlala is unclear at this stage. 3, a news article from 5 August 2019, publisher unidentified, reporting allegations of tender fraud in a local municipality in the Northwest regarding the procurement of a fleet of vehicles from the KSP Group, apparently a construction and engineering company. The significance of this transmission of information to Mr. Matlala is unclear at this stage. That then concludes the analysis of the chats between Mr. Matlala and General Sonona.
Ms. Hassan, can I just check this? Sorry. In that paragraph 35, where it opens, it says Mr. Matlala forwards 3 documents. You describe that. And then at 35.2, the witness says the provenance of this document and the significance of this transmission to Mr. Matlala. Remember, you started off saying it is Mr. Matlala that's forwarding documents. Is that a typo, maybe? So
I think it's meant to be from Mr. Matlala, not to Mr. Matlala.
Okay.
Yes. And that's obvious from the record, that it's actually forwarded by Mr. Matlala.
Thank you.
The next exchange and the next WhatsApp chat record relates to Mr. Suleiman Karim. And Chair, those WhatsApp records are in file 3, annexure WB 7. And we see from the first page, and I will revert to reading from the statement, the chat between Mr. Madlanga and Mr. Karim begins on 11 December 2024 and ends on 14 May 2025. Lieutenant General Khumalo confirmed that the profile of the number belongs to Suleiman Karim, a businessman and ANC member from the Northwest Province. On 17 December 2024, Mr. Madlanga forwards to Mr. Karim a spreadsheet indicating the number of medical tests issued by province as at 11 December 2024. And that is attached to the chat as SUL1, and it's at page 33 of the bundle. Given that the contract between Medicare 24 and SAPS was for the medical screening of SAPS officers, it would seem that this spreadsheet is linked to that contract. It appears that Mr. Madlanga relies on Mr. Karim for assistance with the submission of invoices. The WhatsApp extract that follows is from 7 January 2025, beginning as follows. Madlanga: Salam, brother. Now is the time to start invoicing. Was wondering if I can see you before we send invoices. I could even come to your place. Please advise. The response on the same morning, 7 January 2025, at 7:23, from Mr. Karim is, morning, Mr. C, I'm already in Cape Town. Madlanga, okay, let me know when you're back. On 30 January 2025, Mr. Madlanga follows up with Mr. Karim regarding payment. The WhatsApp chat extracts begin on 30 January 2025 as follows. Madlanga: Salam, brother, can you please check with your guys how far is the payment? Karim: checking, will revert. Madlanga: okay, thanks. Then on 31 January 2025 at 10:04 a.m. from Karim to Madlanga, morning, they say PMT is done. I'm waiting for the remittance. Madlanga: okay, I'll be waiting. And then that was, okay, I'll be waiting at 10:06 a.m. At 3:15 the same afternoon, Mr. Madlanga says, you winning with the remittance, question mark. Mr. Karim replies, not yet. The lady insists it's paid. I'm just waiting for some proof. The response from Mr. Madlanga, okay, we'll see when it appears in the account. This is followed the next day, 2 days later, 2nd January 2025, pardon me, 1st February 2025, with a phone call between Mr. Karim and Mr. Madlanga, and a further call on the 2nd of February 2025. On 3 February 2025, Mr. Matlala forwards to Mr. Karim a screenshot of an internal SAPS finance software screen which captures payments of invoices by supplier. The screen reflects the supplier as Medicare 24 Tswane and lists payment dates and amounts paid to the supplier. According to the screenshot, payments were made on 31 January 2025 and deposits are due to reflect 4 days later on 4 February 2025. The total amount paid reflects as 2,586,007 rands and 62 cents. The message, the caption accompanying the screenshot in the chat is as follows: confirmed all checks to be delivered 2025-0204 tomorrow. This is followed immediately by an exchange confirming that payment is imminent, and Mr. Matlala requests an account number from Mr. Karim. Payment is later made to this account by Mr. Matlala, and the account is at annexure SUL2, which is at page 34 of the bundle. And it is an FNB bank account that is forwarded by Mr. Karim to Mr. Matlala. Bank account details. The
Miss
account
Hassan?
holder,
Sorry, can I just check? You said page 34.
yes,
Okay.
34, it starts at 34 and goes to page 35.
Okay, yes, that's what I was checking.
And 30, yes, it goes on for, 2 pages.
All right. And the
So
account
the
details
35
are
is the important.
account details, yes.
The-
And I'm saying the account details are on 35, in fact.
The account details are on page 35, which reflects the account holder as Tamiz Investments Pty Limited. Immediately following this paragraph 42 is the screenshot of the WhatsApp chat that confirms the contents of the paragraph, SUL2 again being the bank account details. Paragraph 43. On 4 February 2025, Mr. Matlala sends proof of payment to Mr. Karim in the amount of 1.5 million rand. On the same day, Mr. Karim confirms receipt. So that proof of payment is at SUL3, and that's at page 36 of the bundle, which has the payer and payee details and the amount. Also on 4 February 2025, Mr. Matlala calls Mr. Karim, which is followed by a message that one Morgan is sorted. This is possibly a reference to Morgan Hangwani Momela, with whom Mr. Matlala also communicates via WhatsApp, and which will be referred to in further detail in camera. That WhatsApp exchange is reflected just below paragraph 44. Where on 4 February 2025, at 3:17 in the afternoon, Mr. Karim says, Morgan sorted. Mr. Matlala responds, thank you. The infographic below illustrates payments that are made from Medicare 24 to Tamiz Investments and outgoing payments from Tamiz Investments to Mr. Karim and Mr. Brown Mokhotsi, amongst others. I will explain the links during my oral evidence. The relevant bank statements are attached as X1, and the confirmation that Mr. Karim is the bank card holder for Tamiz Investments is attached as X2. Chair, the infographic immediately follows that paragraph. X1 and X2 are in a separate folder titled Annexures. X1 contains bank records, and X2 is a form from the bank that confirms the cardholder information for Tamiz Investments, which reflects Mr. Karim as a cardholder on that account. I will take guidance from you, Chair, on whether you'd like me to give a brief overview of the infographic or not. Perhaps what I can do is just indicate, without analyzing this infographic, that what it depicts is sorry, I'm going to have to look at my own screen so that I can see it clearly. What it depicts is, at the very top, the name of the company, Tamiz Investments, with the name of the sole director, the name of the cardholder, Mr. Karim, and the bank account number for that company. And then it has, and you've got to follow the arrows at the bottom of the infographic. It has the sole shareholder of Medicare 24 as Mr. Madlanga. It has the name of the director of Medicare 24, and then the arrows go up to show payments from Medicare 24 into the company, into this company's account, Tamiz Investments, and there are two payments that are reflected. One is for February 2025 in the amount of 1.5 million rands, which corresponds with what I've just read from the statement, and then one on 17 March 2025 in the amount of 1 million rand. And then the right-hand side of the infographic shows outgoing payments from the company during the period August 2023 to January 2025. The amount is 92,000 rand into an FNB account number, which belongs to Khotle Specialists, and the sole director of Khotle Specialists is a Ms. Lekwaba, who is indicated as being linked to Mr. Brown Mokhotsi. And we've had evidence in this commission from General Khumalo before about Khotle Specialists and Mr. Mokhotsi. So the infographic shows the incoming and outgoing payments as reflected.
Just so that we are clear, Advocate Hassan, is that payment the same 110 or 11,000 that we heard about during the testimony of General Khumalo? The payments relating to the January 8 Cape Town event?
I can't say at this stage, Commissioner Khumalo. What I can say is that it's showing 92,000, which is different from the 111,000 and the 38,000 that we heard about in previous evidence. Other than that, I don't know what this relates to. And it's not evident from the witness's statement either, what it relates to. On 4 March 2025, Mr. Matlala sends a message to Mr. Karim saying, Alhamdulillah, Allah is great, in reference to a media post reporting that charges against Major General Khan were dismissed. So that's 4 March 2025. And the report, it looks, there's no publisher reflected. It says, breaking news, SAPS Crime Intelligence top spook not guilty. And in brackets, bogus witnesses, bogus evidence. And then it's the content of the media report. Unless you wish me to, Chair, I won't read out the media report.
Perhaps only the heading, Ms. Sasim.
I'll read out the heading again. It says, breaking news, SAPS Crime Intelligence top spook not guilty, and in brackets, bogus witnesses dash bogus evidence. On 7 March 2025, Mr. Matlala again sends Mr. Karim a screenshot of an internal SAPS payment screen used by the finance section. It shows the outstanding payments due to Medicare 24 Tshwane District in the amount of 13,565,978 rands and 60 cents. On 10 March 2025, Mr. Karim inquires whether they, in inverted commas, paid, followed by another screenshot of the finance program record. That's reflected at the end of paragraph 48. Did they pay? And then the screenshot on 10 March 2025. The record in that screenshot shows 9 new payments for March, dated 6 March 2025. The payments record is immediately followed by an audio recording of a SAPS official with insight into the internal SAPS payment system. The person confirms that partial payments to suppliers have been made and speculates that delays could be related to financial constraints at the end of the financial year. If we could play that audio clip, please.
Hi, James. Just sent you a picture. So our budgets division did do a partial payment of those schedules that's waiting for payment run. I saw also in my normal environment that even in that environment they only paid certain invoices. So I'm not sure whether so end of the financial year maybe there's a bit of budget constraints, I'm not sure. But it seems like that there's partial payments going around. So I'll let you know.
A series of exchanges setting up meetings then take place until 23 March 2025. When Mr. Matlala forwards the News 24 article reporting that the National Commissioner has been ordered to terminate the contract with Medicare 24 Tshwane District. This is immediately followed with the following exchange where Mr. Matlala expresses shock that the minister is responsible for the probe against his company. The exchange is as follows: 23 March 2025, 9:09 a.m. Mr. Matlala: Salam, I am shocked to hear that the minister is the one who instituted the probe against my company. Response from Mr. Karim at 9:14 a.m.? I don't think so, Mr. C. I think we should see him together. Mr. Matlala, you'll let me know whenever he's ready. That's all on 23 March 2025. And then on 24 March 2025 from Mr. Matlala at 8:01 a.m. Salam, can I come see you later today? I remember you mentioned that you know someone higher in SARS. Karim replies, Wassalam, yes. Mr. Matlala responds, can I come at 1 p.m.? Mr. Karim responds, remember I'm in NW. I will come later to drive back tomorrow. I think it's B, I will call later, I'm not sure. I will come later to drive back tomorrow. After further voice calls and a meeting on 16 April 2025, Mr. Matlala sends Mr. Karim hundreds of forms by SAPS authorizing medical surveillance for named police officers, which Mr. Matlala refers to as purchase orders. Conducting medical surveillance is a component of the contract with Medicare 24 Tshwane District. And then attached to the WhatsApp chat are a series of annexures which contain those purchase orders, which begin on page 38 and continue to page 364. After sending these annexures, Mr. Matlala says, 17 April 2025, 8:25 a.m., morning, this purchase orders, they make them per individual. It's quite a lot. I just sent few to see how they look like. That's followed by a call. And then on 22 April 2025, Salam, just checking if we're winning, question mark. Response by Mr. Karim at 9:19 a.m. Wassalam, I'll revert later. On 6 May 2025, Mr. Matlala requests to speak to Mr. Karim, and the exchange is contained in that paragraph. Mr. Matlala says, Salam, do you have a minute? There's something I need to ask you. Mr. Karim responds, yes, call you now, and then that's followed by a telephone call. After the phone conversation, Mr. Karim forwards a message which appears to be a message that he sent to the Minister of Police sometime earlier. This is the same message that Mr. Matlala forwarded to Mr. Mokhotsi on 4 March 2025. Chair, that would be reflected in the bundle WB1, which is where the Mokhotsi chats are located. So that's this is 6 May 2025, and the message from Mr. Karim, that's a forwarded message, reads as follows. Good morning, Minister. I just received a call from our guy who's a service provider for our health risk management project. He's got very serious concerns. Apparently, you gave a directive to scrutinize his contract, and while they are at it, they must stall as much as they can to release purchase orders until you guys come up with something that can warrant the termination of service. That message is followed by a message from Mr. Karim that reads as follows. Sent him this, then he called. I'm sending you what to write.
Sorry, Miss Hassim, where you say then he called, Is it Mr. Karim saying to
Yes.
Mr. Mokotsi, or is Mr. Karim calling? I just want that the record should be clear.
No, sorry, it's Mr. Karim calling. So the first text message is sent him this. Next message is then he called. Next message is I'm sending you what to write. Then there's an audio call between the two.
I'm assuming that, let me not assume, we don't have the benefit of the witness here. Perhaps this is one of the questions you would have asked. The him and the he referred to in the chats. Who is that? So perhaps we could get a supplementary statement addressing those. I don't venture into speculation, so I would rather not say who I assume it refers to. I would rather the witness completes the picture for us.
That's right, Commissioner Khumalo. This would have been something the witness would have addressed in oral evidence, but it's best dealt with in a supplementary, and I will make a note of that and obtain an answer to the question. The above exchange is followed by a series of phone calls and at least one meeting until 13 May 2025, when Mr. Madlanga forwards a letter from the attorneys for Medicare 24 Tshwane District Pty Limited to the National Commissioner, challenging the termination of their contract. In brackets, appointment of a service provider to render health risk management to the SAPS for a period of 3 years, close brackets, by SAPS. On 14 May 2025, Mr. Madlanga shares a screenshot of an email from the head of legal services in SAPS to the attorneys for Medicare 24 Tshwane District, acknowledging receipt of their correspondence and informing them that she will bring it to the attention of the National Commissioner. So that's 14 May 2025, and the content of that email, as reflected in the screen grab, is: Dear Ms. Pretorius, good afternoon. Receipt of your correspondence is hereby acknowledged. I will bring it to the attention of the National Commissioner for instruction and revert ASAP. Regards. Mr. Madlanga then shares the name of 2 advocates with Mr. Karim and suggests that he check whether they are strong or not. The message is, these are the advocates, you can ask around if they're strong or not. That then concludes the analysis of the chat between Mr. Madlanga and Mr. Karim. The next chat is the conversation between Mr. Madlanga and Mr. Julius Mkhwanazi, in brackets EMPD. Chair, you just need 30 seconds, I think, to locate the chat. The chat between Mr. Madlanga and Mr. Mkhwanazi, reflected as General Mkhwanazi, begins on 13 February 2025 and ends on 12 May 2025. Lieutenant General Khumalo confirmed that the number is registered to Mr. Julius Mkhwanazi, Deputy Chief of the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department. The first heading is benefit to Mr. Madlanga. Throughout the exchanges, the 2 individuals address each other in a manner that indicates a close relationship. For example, on 16 March 2025, Mr. Mkhwanazi says, "My blood brother." Mr. Madlanga responds, "Good morning, Gamla." On 7 March 2025, Mr. Matlala makes a specific request for assistance and intervention by Mr. Mkhwanazi regarding the arrest of his driver on an offence of exceeding the speed limit. Perhaps I'll just read the chat first and then the explanation, Chair. So the chat begins on 7 March 2025, and it's reflected as General Mkhwanazi, who says, "My Ngamla," and then Mr. Matlala, who says, "Crystal Park Police Station." That's followed by a voice call, and then a message from Mr. Matlala saying, "Driving 90 on a 60 zone," followed by the next message with a name, given Mafokane, followed by a phone number indicating his phone number, meaning Mr. Mafokane's phone number. The statement goes on to read, "I have established that Mr. Given Mafokane is Mr. Matlala's right-hand man. He has been arrested and charged in at least 8 cases, including fraud, robbery with firearm, possession of stolen properties. 6 of the cases were withdrawn and he was found guilty on 2. And then there is an audio clip in the chat. If we could play that voice note. Apologies, Chair. I think we're just trying to find the right version of the audio clip.
Perhaps we should take the lunch adjournment, and you can find it, and when we resume, you start playing it.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you,
Yes,
Chair.
let's resume at 14:30. Let's adjourn.
Anything just slightly sweet. When I get very frustrated. And say, when I get very frustrated, and then something is done, and I forgot my car in the car.
page references for this?
Okay, we seem to be ready to start. Cell phones off, please. Thank you.
Ms. Hassim.
Chair, we were dealing with the chat between Mr. Matlala and Mr. Mkhwanazi, and it was around those messages where he was requesting assistance for what the witness calls Mr. Matlala's right-hand man, Mr. Mafokwane, who was arrested. And that was page 36 of the statement. And we were about to play the audio clip that is at the end of paragraph 60 of the statement.
I think family is temporary, but after that, it's not going to be an issue. So, I'm not releasing a page, but when it's fine.
That audio clip is followed by a message from Mr. Matlala saying, "It's okay, Ngamla, he's out already, thanks though." And then an emoji with thank you hands. Paragraph 61 of the statement. In the voice note, Mr. Mkhwanazi advises Mr. Matlala that the person who was arrested was placed at the police station in the morning. He advised Matlala that he was released on bail and that he will only be fined. On 9 April 2025, Mr. Mkhwanazi compliments General Sibiya to Matlala. And that's in the chat that's reflected below in paragraph 62, where General Mkhwanazi says on 9 April, "Good morning, Ngamla. I'm listening to General Sibiya. He is very progressive, dealing very hard with another Indian lady who's crime prevention specialist. He knows his story." Back to paragraph 62. I am aware that a crime fighting Imbizo took place around this time in Boksburg. Many senior police officers were present, including Lieutenant General Sibiya. On 14 May 2025, Mr. Matlala reminds Mr. Mkhwanazi to, in inverted commas, check that guy. Other than the clear fact that Mr. Matlala asks for assistance and Mr. Mkhwanazi obliges, I have no knowledge of who that guy is and what this exchange relates to. The WhatsApps are reproduced in the statement. 14 May 2025, 11:43. Mr. Matlala says, "Morning, Gamla, please don't forget to check that guy." And the response by Julius Mkhwanazi is, "Salute." I'm aware that the Independent Police Investigative Directorate, IPID, conducted an investigation into allegations that Mr. Mkhwanazi unlawfully registered private vehicles in the municipality and fitted vehicles belonging to Mr. Matlala with blue lights. The findings and recommendations can be addressed by the relevant investigators at IPID who were responsible for preparing the report. There is also further evidence implicating Mr. Mkhwanazi in unlawful activity that I will address during the in-camera hearing. And that brings the statement to a conclusion on the chats with Mr. Mkhwanazi. If I can just pause here, Chair, to indicate that the evidence leaders will be addressing this issue of the IPID report and the findings with reference to the report and other evidence at a later stage in the proceedings before the Commission. So there will be a separate treatment of this issue of Mr. Mkhwanazi in the EMPD. Returning to the statement, the next chat is with Mr. Rafadi. Starting at paragraph 67, the chat between Mr. Madlanga and Mr. Rafadi begins on 12 December 2024 and ends on 13 May 2025. Lieutenant General Khumalo confirmed that the number is one that is used by Mr. Rafadi. I also confirm this and point out that it is abundantly clear from the chats themselves that the conversation takes place with Mr. Rafadi as he shares his media interviews and registration for further studies, amongst other things, with Mr. Madlanga. The first heading under the section of Rafadi is a beneficial relationship with Mr. Madlanga. Paragraph 68. The chat is characterized by requests for money or favors by Mr. Rafadi. Mr. Rafadi makes repeated requests for assistance with petrol and other help. As we will see as we go through the chats, Mr. Rafadi returns the favors by contributing to a media narrative that suits Mr. Madlanga regarding the PKTT. The statement then goes through a series of requests for money or favors, beginning on 18 December 2024. Rafadi requests petrol, and he does it by using an emoji of a petrol tank, petrol pump. On 22 December 2024, Mr. Rafadi requests rent money, and that begins 22nd December 2024, 8:17 in the morning. Mr. Rafadi says, "Wake up." Mr. Madlanga responds, "Been up, Mr. Rafadi." And then Mr. Rafadi says, "Please help me current so I focus." Followed by, "Do you know Brigadier Nama?" And then Mr. Madlanga says, "You mean Ramangwa?" And then he says, "I'll go check which branch is open today." That's the exchange that takes place on 22nd December 2024. On 3 January 2025, Mr. Rafadi appears to be offering mobile numbers for sale to Mr. Madlanga. The screenshot shows, there are two screenshots. The first, it begins on 29 December, and then it goes on to 3 January. So on 29 December is a picture of a media interview that Mr. Rafadi did on Newsroom Africa, where he says, "I spoke well of our friend." That's followed by 3 numbers, which he says are for sale. And then on 3 January, 3 more numbers with a 2 or 5K. It looks like 2 or 5,000 following those numbers. Mr. Madlanga responds to this message with these numbers by saying, "I'll buy when money comes in. Send me link, please." Paragraph 72. Between 9 and 10 January 25, Mr. Rafadi requests financial assistance for registering for a PhD In response, Mr. Matlala makes a payment to Rafadi's company, Biz Traces, for 20,000 rand. And that payment is to be found in the annexure RF4 of the bundle. And that's on page 233. Annexure RF4, page 233 of the bundle marked WB3 to WB6. Rafadi's chat is under the tab WB6. Mr. Rafadi makes further requests for payment of tuition fees. However, Mr. Matlala indicated that it was not a good time as the company was not stable. That paragraph is followed by an extract from the chats from 9 January 2025. It begins with a message from Mr. Rafadi saying, registration, ? And the response is, I sent money early in the morning, Mr. Rafadi. And then a phone call, and then a payment notification. And that payment notification is the RF4. The chat is followed by what seems to be a screen grab between somebody at a place called Robert Kennedy College and Mr. Rafadi regarding registration for a PhD. This continues on page 43. And in the middle of the page, the extract from the WhatsApp chats is dated 10 January 2025. They greet each other, and then Mr. Rafadi says, payment for your tuition fees received, with a check sort of mark icon. Mr. Matlala responds, then there's a second message that says, press mine for just registration. And an emoji that I can't make out. Followed by Mr. Matlala saying, Mr. Rafadi, sir, I would love to help you, but this is not a good time. The company is not going good at all. I need to keep the company stable. It's really bleeding now. On 15 January 2025, Mr. Rafadi requests...
Ms. Hassan, can I just ask just to, so that I don't make mistakes later. And sorry, I'm going to take you back to paragraph 72 of the statement. There's a reference there to a company, Biz Tracers, where the witness says that's Mr. Rafadi's company. And then earlier when you were discussing, I think, General Sinona, and I'm looking at page 17, paragraph 35.2, there is again memo Biz Tracers. Are you able to say it's the same company? Will we be hearing more? If not, will we be hearing more to see if there's a relationship between what looks like companies with the same name?
It appears to be the same company, Commissioner Beloy.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Rafadi, if we then just move on from there, we were dealing with, so there was payment for the tuition fees, a request for further money, and then on 15 January, Mr. Rafadi requests petrol, and you see it in the screenshot below paragraph 73. On 15 January, Mr. Rafadi says, Copper petrol, with the picture of a petrol pump again. On 31 January 25, Mr. Rafadi sends a message to to Mr. Matlala saying, any spare car I can use, question mark, please. Mr. Matlala responds, I had one, but the bank took it. I'm expecting a car next month. On 2 March, Mr. Rafadi requests petrol, and that's in the extract from the chats. 2 March at 6:51 in the morning, please send me petrol. Again with the emoji of a petrol pump. On 7 March 2025, Mr. Rafadi requests diesel. Please share diesel when you get. Followed by a phone call. On 17 March, Mr. Rafadi sends account details for his business. And you'll see in the chat the account details, and the account holder is reflected as the Director Biz Traces. That's followed by phone calls between the two. On 17 March 2025, still that same day, Mr. Rafadi requests petrol, and that's seen in the chat where he says Copa Petrol with a petrol pump. On 23 March 2025, Mr. Rafadi requests money, and in response, Mr. Matlala indicates, pardon me, Chair, my attention's being dragged away. One second. I'm going to be going a little bit slower. So we're at 23 March 2025. And Mr. Rafadi requests money, and in response, Mr. Matlala indicates he sent 3,000 rand. If we just look at the extract of 23 March 2025, Mr. Matlala says, I sent 3K. This is followed by a message from Mr. Rafadi. I'm with someone who is close to our news. And then Mr. Matlala got the money, question mark. And then a GIF of a stamp that says payment received, many thanks. And another GIF of 2 hands clasping. On 9 April 2025, Mr. Rafadi requests money. And Mr. Matlala responds with a screenshot of a banking app showing a negative balance. So that's on 9 March, and you'll see a screenshot and the negative balance of 19,379 rand. On 12 April 2025, Mr. Rafadi sends a reminder to Mr. Matlala, and Matlala indicates that he will send it soon. So that's 12 April 2025. Mr. Rafadi says, please don't forget. Mr. Matlala responds, I will, Mr. Rafadi. They will send it to me soon. And Mr. Rafadi says, okay. On 15 April 2025, Mr. Rafadi sends a request for a vehicle. And in the WhatsApp, it says, don't you have any small car I can use meantime? On 16 April 2025, Mr. Rafadi requests a taxi or an Uber. He sends the address, that's evident from the screenshot. In response, Mr. Matlala sends a screenshot of the Uber details with the vehicle and driver's details. On 17 April, Mr. Rafadi requests as follows. any small resource to travel. And then Mr. Matlala responds, you want Uber? Question mark. Mr. Rafadi, I need to use taxi to studio and after Gautrain to Pretoria. Mr. Matlala, send me address. Then this is followed by a call from Mr. Rafadi to Mr. Matlala. On 4 May 2025, Mr. Rafadi requests petrol. And that's reflected in the chat, 4 May 2025, where it says Copa Petrol. On 5 May 2025, Mr. Rafadi sends a reminder for money, and in response, Mr. Matlala indicated that he is down now, but will the following day or Wednesday. So the chat is reflected on 5 May 2025 as follows. Mr. Rafadi, if there is something, please share, followed by emojis with hands together. Mr. Matlala says, down now, brother, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday latest. Rafadi, okay. 9 May 2025, Mr. Rafadi requests petrol. He says, Copa Petrol to Mpumalanga. This is followed by phone calls between the two. On 17 May 2025, Mr. Rafadi requests money for car repairs. And that is reflected in the chat on 17 May. There's a screenshot of the company, the car service company invoice for the repairs to a vehicle. After Matlala made payment, Mr. Rafadi responded apologies, Chair. Ms. Poe just corrected me, and this is quite right. Although the statement says on 17 May 2025, the chat itself is 7 May 2025. So the screenshot of the car repairs. I think that was just an error in the typing on the statement. Instead of 17 May, it should say 7 May. So he sends the screenshot, and then the witness continues in the statement. Mr. Rafadi responded with a series of celebratory gifts. And we see the screenshot of the invoice followed by a bank account sent number by Mr. Rafadi, and then a payment notification, which is annexed as RF22, and then what the witness calls celebratory pictures or gifts follow, a series of them. On 13 May 2025, Mr. Rafadi requests petrol, and that's reflected in the screenshot of the WhatsApp chat. Any small petrol, please. Paragraph 90. In addition to payment requests and payments shared on WhatsApp, Mr. Matlala's phone analysis had 3 additional payments made by Mr. Matlala to Mr. Rafadi on the following occasions: 2 March 2025, and 2 payments on 17 April 2025. So the first is on 2 March 2025. And the following 2 on 17 March 2025. The first is for 1,000 Rand, the second is for 1,000 Rand, and the third is for 1,500 Rand.
I think the third one is April, not March.
17, pardon me, Commissioner Kumalo?
So the second one says 17 March 2025. The third one, it looks like it's April.
That's
17
right.
April.
That's right. So the first is the 2nd of March. The second is 17 March 2025. And the third is 17 April 2025. So that ends the section on the favors and payments to Mr. Rafadi. The next heading is Rafadi comments adversely on the PKTT in the media and shares social media. Paragraph 91. The analysis demonstrates that the requests for money and other favors are tied to Mr. Rafadi performing a media and propaganda function for Mr. Madlanga. While the payments are not always linked to a request, in some instances a payment for a favor is made. Thereafter, documentation is exchanged and Mr. Rafadi proceeds to make public statements against the PKTT. On 3 January 2025, Mr. Rafadi shares a screenshot from social media about the disbandment of the PKTT. And that, you can see, is reproduced. And this appears to be a post by someone on social media, which is headed as follows: Police Minister, #Senzo Mchunu, has instructed Police Commissioner Fani Masemola to halt processes to fill any positions in crime intelligence. Political killings, police task team in KZN has also been disestablished. That is followed by a response by Mr. Madlanga in which he attaches as Annexure RF2 the letter to the National Commissioner. RF2, Chair, is the letter of 31 December 2024. So he sends the letter from the Minister to the National Commissioner, which is followed by a GIF by Mr. Rafadi, same as before, people dancing. On 4 January 2025, Mr. Madlanga shares a social media article related to crime intelligence. In response, Mr. Rafadi exclaims, "You," accompanied by an emoji. The social media article is headed "Shocking Revelations," and it says, just the opening lines are, "This is the information that I received regarding the political killings task team from one of the former investigators at the task team. They were about to arrest the police officers involved in the killing of Sindiso Magaqa. I'm told that all reports that were withheld by Beki Cele have been retrieved and handed over to Minister Senzo Mchunu," and it goes on. It's quite a lengthy post, followed by the exclamation by Mr. Rafadi. On 6 January 2025, Mr. Rafadi forwards a Power FM request for interview and shares screenshots with Power FM producer sharing disbandment, in which the Power FM producer shares the disbandment letter. After the interview, Mr. Rafadi shares the link with Mr. Madlanga. In the interview, Mr. Rafadi commends the minister's decision to disband the PKTT, noting that the task team was a rogue unit and intimating that Lieutenant General Kumalo was fighting Major General Khan for power in crime intelligence. He further characterized the minister's decision as good advice, sober-minded, and that another task team can be put in place at a later stage. So that is the witness's description, Chair, of the link that Mr. Rafadi forwarded the interview. So I think the link is there, but unless the chair wishes us to play it, I think the witness's description of what it essentially contains is sufficient. The point she's trying to make is clear. So that takes us then to page 58. On 7 January 2025, Mr. Rafadi sends Mr. Madlanga a link to an interview with Paul O'Sullivan, complaining about the appointment of a person within Human Resources and Crime Intelligence. This appointment would ultimately form the basis of the criminal charges brought against Lieutenant General Khumalo. Again, Chair, the link, the witness describes this as Mr. Paul O'Sullivan complaining about the appointment of a person in crime intelligence by General Khumalo. Unless the chair requests, we won't play the entire interview of Mr. Paul O'Sullivan.
Please continue.
Thank you. On 13 January 2025, Mr. Madlanga shares crime intelligence story, and Mr. Rafadi indicates a desire to write about it. In response, Mr. Madlanga undertakes to share that article with the minister. So the article, the crime intelligence story, is reflected at the bottom of paragraph 96. It's a News 24 article. It's a News 24 article, and it's the headline is "Lone Robber Walks Out of Crime Intelligence Unit with 1.3 million rand in a bag." And then there's a response by Mr. Rafadi saying, "Nanzo, they covering up so minister won't find out the splash funds corruption, staging robberies," followed by a laughing face emoji. Mr. Madlanga's response to that, to Mr. Rafadi, is, "You want to run a story?" Are you there? So Mr. Madlanga says, "You want to run a story?" Mr. Rafadi responds, "I'm arranging." And Mr. Madlanga replies, "Okay, I'll share with the minister." On 13 January 2025, Mr. Rafadi shares another story related to crime intelligence. And this headline reads as follows: "5-star flop. Crime intelligence bosses splurged 22.7 million rand for luxury hotel amid budget cuts." Below that headline of the article is then what appears again to be a post on social media that Mr. Rafadi shares, talking about a section commander at the financial account section of the Secret Service account, who is one of the alleged to be one of the owners of the hotel, and the post goes on basically continuing with that allegation, and that's 13 January 2025. On 27 March 25, Mr. Rafadi shares a news article related to crime intelligence in which it's alleged that General Khumalo tried to frame General Khan. And below paragraph 98, you'll see the screenshot of the article. And that's an article that appears to have been published in the Daily Maverick on 26 March 2025. And the headline is "Ongoing Cocaine Crime Intelligence Scandal Fuels Suspicions of Police Involvement in Global Drug Trafficking." On 31 March 2025, Mr. Rafadi sends the General Intelligence Laws Amendment Act 2024 to Mr. Madlanga. The amendments relate mainly to crime intelligence. That's attached as RF9 to the chats. On 29 March 2025, Mr. Rafadi shares General Masamola's letter withdrawing posts advertised for senior crime intelligence positions. That's RF7. I don't have the reference in the bundle at hand, Chair, but it will be under WB6, and it'll be annexure RF7. On 30 March 2025, Mr. Rafadi sends a News 24 article titled Senzo Mkhunu and Top Cops at Loggerheads, Political Interference or Undoing Bheki Cele's Legacy. And the caption of the, or what Mr. Rafadi captions it with is Nazo, which the witness translates as there it is. On 2 May 2025, Mr. Madlanga sends Mr. Rafadi a request for comment sent by News 24. And this is a screenshot of an email from News 24 to Mr. Madlanga, in which the journalist says, "Good day, Mr. Madlanga. I hope this finds you well. I approach you this morning on a very narrow yet important issue. News 24 will tomorrow publish a story which names you as a suspect in the attempted murder of Tebogo Tobechane and others during an incident of October 2023. Multiple sources, independent of one another, have confirmed to us that you are under investigation related to this matter. From this information, we will aver that you are being investigated for your alleged role as paymaster. Furthermore, it is understood that yourself and Tobejani were in a relationship between 2021 and 2022. This is a matter that directly affects your probity. In the spirit of balance and telling the other side, I hope you would respond to this. Kind regards." The next heading in the statement is tender cancellation. At paragraph 103, the witness says, Mr. Madlanga and Mr. Rafadi also shared information and newspaper articles related to the SAPS tender that Mr. Madlanga was awarded. On 14 March, Mr. Madlanga shared a news report on the impending cancellation of his contract with the SAPS. Mr. Rafadi responds with the words, his personal, perhaps it's personal, followed by a phone call. The article in the WhatsApp chat is headed, Ex-Top Cop helped approve 360 million rand tender. Now she works for Tembisa tycoon who scored deal. That's 14 March 2025. On 23 March 2025, Mr. Madlanga shared with Mr. Rafadi the news of his SAPS tender cancellation. Mr. Rafadi responds, Aish. This is then followed by a series of calls. So the news is the news article, which actually reads in the heading of the article, National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola has been ordered to terminate the controversial multi-million rand contract to provide health risk management services and institute a forensic investigation against the supplier. That's forwarded by Mr. Matlala. Mr. Rafadi says H, and then there are the calls. The next heading is share information related to SAP's tender payments. Paragraph 106. The pair also shared information in relation to the tender. On 30 December 2024, Mr. Matlala shared pictures of invoice submissions related to SAPS tender. Mr. Rafadi responds, approved. So, Chair, the WhatsApp extract shows a similar screen that we've seen before of those internal finance software program. So it's the same kind of screens that we've seen before, which, and you can see the reflection of a person. So it seems like the person is taking a photograph of it, and he and is indicating payments, and it has Medicare 24 Tswane at the top of the screen, and this is what Mr. Matlala forwards to Mr. Rafadi. Mr. Rafadi responds, approved. Followed by
celebratory emojis.
Commissioner Khumalo, if you can translate those emojis, I would be grateful. But I think that, yes, it indicates happiness on the part of Mr. Rafadi. Paragraph 108. Again, on 7 March 2025, Mr. Matlala shares pictures related to invoices that were submitted. In the caption of those pictures, Mr. Matlala writes that, and I quote, some of the chicks hatched. And below that, Mr. Matlala says, they paid yesterday. Maybe your UR will reflect on Monday. That is followed by a GIF that Commissioner Khumalo will describe. But I think it also indicates happiness. Moreover, Mr. Matlala and Mr. Rafadi's chats suggest that Mr. Matlala is close to senior SAPS officials and members. On 9 January 2025, Mr. Matlala shares a list of alleged delegates linked to Minister. I think that's meant the Minister of Police, for ANC January 8 events that were to take place in Cape Town at the top of the year. Mr. Rafadi's response has been deleted.
Can I just, there at paragraph 110, when you say, maybe let's just make it clear that the witness in the statement says it's linked to minister, for it doesn't say what minister.
No, it doesn't say. It just says, yes, thank you, Commissioner Bulawayo. So let me read paragraph 110 again. On 9 January 2025, Mr. Matlala shared a list of alleged delegates linked to Minister for ANC January 8 events that were to take place in Cape Town at the top of the year. Mr. Incorrect spelling, Rafadi's response has been deleted. So those in that WhatsApp extract, the 8 delegates we've seen in previous evidence before the Commission, it's the same 8 delegates that Mr. Mohotsi shared with Mr. Matlala. On 11 February 2025, Mr. Rafadi shared the DPCI head advert. Mr. Matlala responds by saying, they gave it to Sabia already. So that's 11 February at 9:52 in the morning, and it's the image of the advert itself for the national head of the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, indicating it's a Lieutenant General position. and other information related to the post. Mr. Matlala responds, they gave it to General Sabia already. Mr. Rafadi replies, I know. And Mr. Matlala then says, oh, I thought maybe you wanted to occupy the post. And Mr. Rafadi responds, we will apply in case politics changes. I just need to get my final certificate from SAQA. On 2 April 2025, Mr. Rafadi requests Minister Mkhunu's number. In response, Mr. Matlala responds with Mr. Nkabinda, the Minister's Chief of Staff's number. So if we have a look at the WhatsApp, you'll see it says 3 March 2025. Mr. Rafadi says, please send me Senzo. And then there's a phone call. And then there's the forwarding of a contact card. And the name on the card is Senzo. And then there's a telephone number in the card.
Advocate Hassim,
cell phone number.
I think the transcription or the transcript might give us problems later on. So it is actually 3 April and not March. I'm worried that the transcript...
Did I say
will
3
reflect-
March? Apologies. It's actually so small in my version here that I'm not reading it correctly. So it's 3 April 2025 when Mr. Rafadi says, please send me Senzo. Thank you, Commissioner. Followed by a call on the same day, 3 March, followed by sharing the contact details on 4 April 2025. And the contact details is for, the name is simply Senzo, and then there's a cell number. Paragraph 113, I have confirmed that this number indeed belongs to Mr. Nkabinde. The statement of the witness then concludes as follows. The information provided above covers only those chats that I'm able to make public. There are numerous other exchanges that exist, which will be addressed during oral evidence in closed session. These are important in themselves, but also offer additional context or further insight into the matters discussed here. And that's the end of the statement. Chair, had I been leading the witness on this, we would have had a more coherent narrative through the witness's own mouth of interpretation of all of these WhatsApp chats. But this is where I can leave it for now. If there were to be any further questions from the commissioners or any interested party, then we will seek directions from the chair in due course.
Thank you, Ms. Hassim. As we said in the ruling earlier today, if there are any questions, we will indicate in due course how and when those will be raised. I think for the record, the following clarification is necessary. When witness X began testifying, they confirmed the correctness of the statement. So what Ms. Hassim read into the record comes from witness X. The statement will be made public with necessary redacting to protect the safety of witness X. I do not know, Ms. Hassim, whether you will require some time to do the redacting or whether you are in a position to share immediately.
Chair, I think for the sake of caution, we should look through it once more before we make it public, but that shouldn't take too much time, so it should be ready for publication tomorrow.
Yes. We were going to adjourn anyway for a short while just to discuss some housekeeping issues amongst or between ourselves. We will indicate when we are ready and we'll come back, but that will be for a very short time. That is coming back. Can we adjourn?
Thank you, Chair.
We already have timelines for the filings that are still going to take place. We stated those in the ruling that we made this morning. I'm not going to repeat them. Had the format that was intended been followed, we would have taken much longer than we did, with Ms. Hassim reading the statement of witness X into the record. So we finished much earlier than we otherwise would have. We are not able to sit tomorrow, but it does not mean that nothing will be done. Preparations towards the towards argument, if there will be argument, we are still going to decide that, but there will be preparations in terms of the outstanding filings, which include the filing of written submissions. So that's going to take place tomorrow, outside of the session, obviously. We will resume at 9:30 on Thursday. Am I leaving out anything? Yeah. So we adjourn until 9:30 on Thursday, at which time we will either hear argument or we will continue with evidence in whatever format. Let us adjourn.
Thank you, Chair.